Welcome back to Mortal Kombat 1 Khaos Reigns. Let's continue on where we left off.
Are you hurt?
Not a scratch.
Allow me to salute your tailor. That is a hell of a fine suit.
Cage snaps off a salute.
Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Cage, U.S. Army, 44th Infantry. One moment I was fighting Hitler in France. The next, I was here, fighting some asshole named Havoc.
We have a Johnny Cage where we come from. Though the two of you have little in common.
6 months ago, I'd have been gobsmacked by that. But now, I realize I'm weird. A dime a dozen. This mashed up world's thing has got my brain foobar.
Fuba?
Cage lowers his shades to raise an eyebrow.
Lieutenant Colonel, what happened?
A man in purple robes appears.
At ease, friends. He's with me.
Cage turns to pat his shoulder.
Thank Argus you are safe.
I'd be a gold star in Mama's window if it weren't for these fine people. Emperor, meet Sector, and I'm sorry, I never got your names.
Scorpion, this is Cyrex.
I am Rain. No need to use my title, as I no longer have an empire. Havoc has taken it. I assume you're among his latest victims. You do not yet seem the worse for wear.
Havoc arrived recently in our timeline, kidnapping a being who is key to his plans to destroy it. We are here to retrieve him.
We've been trying to take Havoc down, but we've got shit to show for it. Our attack on his citadel was a bust. A lot of folks died. Rain's wife, Tanya, got captured.
Rain lowers his mask.
She is to fight for Havoc's perverse pleasure tomorrow in his arena. To the death. The being Havoc kidnapped. I would think he is at the Citadel. It is where Havoc spends his time.
Can you get us there?
Sure thing. But getting in, finding your friend, it's a whole nother kettle of fish. Rain's wife is the only one with a scoop on the Citadel's layout.
Then we must save her, before it is too late.
Your aid is welcome, but be warned. Death is more likely than success.
The Emperor Rain narrows his glowing blue eyes. In a huge stone arena, corpses litter the rust-red sands. Versions of Quan Chi and Li Mei duel one another. Frost stabs an ice spear through the shoulder of a man wearing a leather duster. The man falls limp. In the stands, dozens of different Havocs raise their arms and cheer. Two Havocs rip off their own arms, then slap them together in a grisly high-five before chucking them into the arena. Above, Titan Havoc is flanked by Chaos Kenshi and Takeda.
Care to make a wager?
The sorcerer, no question.
Frost will win. Every variant of her who's ever fought here has been fierce. I should have kept Kronika alive after taking her hourglass. So I could rub her nose in what I've made of her golden balance.
She would disapprove.
She would despise it. It was her own fault. She didn't think me a threat.
The trio watches the carnage unfold below. Titan Havoc's missing lips and charred jaw form a permanent sneer. On a walkway far above, Cage and Emperor Rain sneak alongside the Earthrealmers. They all stick to the shadows of stone archways. They peer down at the audience.
There are so many Havocs.
All equally revolting. Reiko and Li Mei, the rulers Tanya and I deposed, also revered blood sports. I had hoped I had seen their end.
Emperor Rain has several turquoise tattoos swirling over his skinny brown face. In the arena below, a Quan Chi's green skull gnaws off of Li Mei's face. Titan Havoc raises his arms for the audience.
How long did you hold power?
Before Havoc came? Long enough to miss what he destroyed. Everything changed in an instant. Our timeline merged into his and was reduced to anarchy.
The Frost and Quan Chi in the arena trade blows. Frost charges and throws Quan Chi with a snapmare, stunning him. She lobs an ice ball, freezing Quan Chi solid. Frost uses a nearby chain to smash his head off, then raises her fists victoriously.
Kenshi Reigns. Ah, my friends! My friends! If you enjoyed that, you will revel in what comes next!
Chaos Kenshi looks down at his
A
sword.
new combatant will entertain us. One who dared to resist.
Center glows blue.
Welcome, Tanya!
A portcullis opens, and 5 minions escort a version of Tanya into the arena. One knocks her to the ground with the butt of his spear. One minion has his mouth and neck flayed open in fleshy flaps. Empress Tanya grabs his spear when he attempts to prod her, and jams it through his skull. The audience of Havocs is on their feet. The 4 other husks descend on Empress Tanya, knocking her down. They drag her by the arms.
If she is hurt before we can...
Don't worry. We'll surprise them before combat begins.
Cage touches Emperor Reigns' shoulder. Below, Chaos Kenshi's center glows again. He grips its handle, then looks up to the archways. The 5 renegades are highlighted in bright blue. Chaos Kenshi whispers in Titan Havoc's ear. Titan Havoc descends a stone staircase and steps into the arena. Chaos Kenshi follows closely behind.
It seems we have an unexpected but welcome wrinkle. Tanya will have partners in combat.
Chaos Kenshi draws his blade and sends a stream of blue energy toward the renegades. It captures them in a stasis. Chaos Kenshi pulls, sending them all tumbling into the arena. As Emperor Reign gets to his feet, Empress Tanya scrambles over to him.
Reign! What are you doing? You shouldn't be here.
Without my Empress, I am not an Emperor.
You celebrate too soon. This fight is just beginning.
Who are they?
They're friends, Tanya.
Cage motions to the Earthrealmers. Above, Titan Havoc ascends a long staircase.
You had no chance of sneaking in here unnoticed. Kenshi's blade excels at ferreting out intruders. I was not expecting you 3 quite so soon. Your Liu Kang was shrewd to take the initiative.
Come down here, Havoc! We are waiting!
Yes! Entertain your lackeys by fighting us yourself.
You had died too quickly. My followers deserve so much more!
He raises his arms. Several Havocs in the audience rip off their own arms and heads, tossing them into the arena. One Havoc uses his head as a mallet to strike a gong. Portcullis opens and several minions pour out. Cyrax and Sector rush forth to meet them with swift, heavy axe. Cyrax downs one with a cartwheel kick, then snaps off a double cycle. Behind Scorpion and Lieutenant Colonel Cage, more minions charge in. Scorpion dodges nimbly, downing one with a jumping front kick. Cage brawls with 2 others, but stumbles when he takes a blow to the back of his head.
Fuck you!
Chaos versions of Natara and Ashra strut in, each robed in red and yellow.
A vampire? A demon? Havoc needs to do better than that.
When my Chris fells you, Order's collapse will be hastened. With every strike of it, my soul is one step closer to chaos.
Fight!
Chaos gains no ground. Fight! As long as I live, I will keep anarchy at bay.
Emperor Reign looks over his shoulder and shoots a burst of water at one of the minions attacking Empress Tanya. Empress Tanya wears a long cape with metallic gold bangles and matching gold body paint over her arms, abdomen, and eyelids.
They will overwhelm us if we don't escape.
Cyrax spots an open gate at the arena's edge.
That way!
Cage catches a Chaos minion's arms, then reverses his grip to stab him with his own sword. Cage winds up a punch to wallop another minion in the jaw. A warhammer knocks Cage to the ground. Scorpion spots a Chaos Sindel and Chaos Shao Kahn. After screaming Scorpion away, Chaos Sindel retrieves the warhammer with her prehensile hair.
Well done, husband. We have them.
They fight like Reiko and Li Mei.
We defeated those tyrants. We can defeat these. I have faith in Argus, Delia, and you.
Empress Tanya grins.
Fight! Sweep you away. Fight! Tyrants always fall.
Chaos Sindel's hair reaches toward a massive spiked ball of iron and flings it. Rain slices it in half with a wall of water.
I adore your quick thinking.
Just one of the many reasons you wed me.
Love-sick fools! Cast your eyes here, not on each other, to behold those who bring you death.
Fight! Come no closer. Fight! not be so quick to demand attention.
Behind Emperor Reigns, Sector blasts minions with flames.
We must get to the tunnel.
Yes, expeditiously.
The Empress and Emperor lead the way. Sector, Cyrax, Cage, and Scorpion run after them, pursued by minions.
This will be amusing.
Titan Havoc watches from above. The group of 6 charges through a large tunnel of stacked stone, a horde of Chaos minions close at their heels. Ahead, the ground crumbles away into a pit of spikes. The Empress, Emperor, Sector, and Cage leap across. Cyrax uses friction assist along the wall, while Scorpion bolts using debris. Several minions tumble into the spikes. The Scorpion blasts flames at their pursuers. Spiked chains shoot across their path ahead. The group leaps and dodges through. Cage drops into an army crawl on his elbows and knees to scramble underneath. One minion grabs Cage, but his arm is sliced off by the spiked chains. Several more minions are dismembered as they run through. Ahead, 4 pillars shoot darts. The 6 manage to dodge, and the darts strike down the remaining minions. 2 walls trap them.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
So much for our escape.
Escape? The tunnel is an entrance, not an exit. You are now in the maze. Its route is ever-changing. Its traps beyond ingenious. Its denizens wickedly lethal. No one survives. I delight in devising new ways to kill.
We won't give you the pleasure. We won't die here.
Death is assured. The only question is how it claims you.
One wall opens to a horde.
We will weather this storm together.
Emperor Reign blasts them with a burst of water, knocking most of them down. Empress Tanya charges in beside him and uses their staff to strike the nearest minions. Cyrax holds one in place for Sector. He flies in with a spinning roundhouse kick. Cage picks up a shield shaped like a bat wing. He rolls one minion over, then throws the shield like a disc at a second. It bounces off, barely dazing the minion. The brawl spills into a tunnel offshoot. Cage dodges a sword swipe before a wall slams down on his attacker, leaving only its twitching hand. On their side of the wall, Cyrax uses a sword blade from her armor while Cage and Scorpion watch.
It is no use. It's too thick.
Well, this is a pretty pickle.
Cyrax, we are going to keep moving. With luck, our paths will cross somewhere ahead.
Understood. The others are moving on. We should too.
Agreed. Come.
They jog off. In a different tunnel, Sector walks with Empress Tanya and Emperor Reign. They halt as a swirling pink portal appears. Chaos versions of Reiko and Li Mei strut out with several minions. Reign looks at Sector.
Handle the others, please. The Empress and Emperor are ours.
Sector stares down the minions, then charges in. She tackles one aside, then dodges a club swing from a second.
I am not surprised that you aligned with Havoc. You'll do anything to obtain the power you crave.
Do not lecture us. You're no better. That's why you stole our throne.
We acted for Outworld, not ourselves. To free it from your corrupt regime.
Fight!
You will never regain your power.
Chaos, Li Mei, and Reiko lie inert.
That sector. We must help.
Empress Tanya and Emperor Rain dash off down a tunnel. They round a corner to find both Chaos, Li Mei, and Reiko now standing before them.
Merciful Delia!
Chaos manifests in myriad ways. You will fight them again and again until you finish them. Only then may you move on. Fight!
This time. Fight! I take no joy in what comes next.
It is their lives or ours. You heard Havoc.
But I wish only to take his.
With a wave of his hand, Emperor Rain engulfs Chaos, Li Mei, and Reiko in a sphere of water. They convulse as bubbles stream from their mouths.
Put them out of their misery.
With a steely-eyed expression, Empress Tanya whirls her staff and decapitates them both.
Now that is a kill! Executed with such flair. You have earned my favor, and may proceed.
I am so weary of his voice.
As am I. Let us find Sector.
Hopefully, Havoc keeps his word.
They dash down another tunnel. Later, they nearly trip over a defeated minion. Sector stands ahead.
Thank Argus.
The more who die, the more Havoc sends. I'll admit, I relish the challenge.
Are you prepared for the next?
What now?
It is fiendishly simple.
A wall slams closed.
To survive, you must open that door.
Two of the other walls begin closing in. Emperor Rain and Empress Tanya ineffectually push against them.
Havoc let us pass so he could crush us!
Step back.
Using rocket boosters, Sector flies straight ahead at the metal door. It doesn't budge.
This is getting us nowhere.
The lock can be picked, if there's enough
She
time.
unfolds a tool from her wrist.
I will buy you some.
Emperor Rain holds out his arms and stops the walls with 2 jets of water.
Tanya, if Sector opens the door, go with her.
No! I won't.
You must. I cannot hold these back much longer. I won't escape.
Rain.
You need to survive. Get Sector's allies into the Citadel.
No! We vowed never to leave each other's side.
She cups his face.
We also vowed to preserve the Empire.
Hurry, Tanya!
Every day. You remind me why I chose you.
He briefly squeezes his eyes shut.
Go, Tanya. Please.
Sector gets the door open, then immediately reaches back to pull Empress Tanya through. Emperor Reigns strains, but the walls snap shut on him with a burst of blood. Empress Tanya stares, mouth agape. Her wide eyes are fixed upon the blood-stained walls. Elsewhere, Scorpion walks with Cyrax in cage.
These corridors go on and on like my old CO. Damn, Major Blade could talk.
I realize I have not thanked you for sparing me.
Thank Harumi. It was her request.
I do not expect forgiveness, but I do expect understanding. The lies told to me.
How long have we known each other that you could ever believe
You vanished without explanation. Bihan, my Grand Master, gave me one. It made no sense, but then nothing about your departure did.
You blame me for your actions? Is that what you are saying?
No,
Cyrax drops her gaze.
I am saying I am not a machine. I am human, and humans make mistakes.
She meets Scorpion's eyes.
We will finish this later.
Scorpion glares back sharply, then turns to continue down the tunnel. Lieutenant Colonel Cage trails behind them, glancing over his shoulder. Bladed chairs shoot across Sector and Empress Tanya's path. They duck under them.
Havoc's magic is blocking my armor's sensors. They are not detecting the traps.
This fiendish place. To think it will be my husband's tomb.
At least he died with honor, giving his life for yours.
Please, don't. If I dwell more on it, I will come undone. Speak of anything else. Perhaps your friends.
They are allies, not friends. And only for the length of this crisis. When it is over, we will settle our differences in combat.
Sector stops Empress Tanya. A wall of flame jets from the ceiling ahead of them. When it stops, they continue onward.
Is your fight over land? Resources?
Myself and others seek a powerful future. They and their ilk cling to an anemic past.
And that is something worth killing for?
Sector waves a hand through the air. Spears jab up through the floor ahead, some bearing severed arms. Sector and Empress Tanya shimmy around them.
No less than the capture of a throne. Or a realm.
Untold died satisfying Reiko and Li Mei's barbaric whims. Ours was not a squabble over visions for the future.
If this keeps up, they may fight each other.
They won't get the chance. Neither will survive the next encounter.
Titan Havoc watches an arena screen with Chaos Takeda and Kenshi. In the maze, Empress Tanya and Sector arrive at a much larger chamber. Wrought iron chandeliers flicker with firelight overhead. They cautiously advance through an archway to see dozens of other archways branching off from the shadowy chamber.
Brilliant. Which one? They could lead anywhere.
There's no way to know. Let us choose and keep moving.
They advance across the chamber. In the shadows beside them, a massive silhouette shifts. They halt and look toward it. An eye with a slitted pupil glistens. A snout slowly moves into the light, revealing a reptilian head taller than either of the warriors. A huge dragon is chained to the ceiling with hooks in its back. Black horns twist from its head, and its wings lie in tatters. The dragon raises its head and inhales. Sector and Empress Tanya sprint for an archway ahead, but are blocked by the dragon's flames. They turn on their heels and retreat to a different archway. The flames lick at their heels, then die down when they lose sight of the dragon.
Your armor failed to detect that too?
It is not programmed for dragons.
We can get past, if I can calm her.
Calm her? How?
By filling her empty belly.
Chaos, Melina, and Kitana.
Orin is famished. She hasn't fed in days.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Melina pins the victim's arms to the floor with her side blades, then ravages their torso with her jaws before biting out their throat.
Barely conscious or breathing, Tanya was dragged to the voracious dragon. Orin consumed her in a single bite. Remap.
She hasn't fed in days.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Melina pins the victim's arms to the floor with her side blades, then ravages their torso with her jaws before biting out their throat.
News Hunter Mylena wins.
I get the first bite.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Tanya bolts forward, leaving her staff lodged in the ground. She leaps to kick the victim's face through the staff.
Empress Tanya wins.
Shall I feed you to Orin instead?
Fight!
Conscious or breathe. Remap.
She hasn't fed in days.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Melina pins the victim's arms to the floor with her side blades, then ravages their torso with her jaws before biting out their throat.
Done for.
Shall I feed you to Orin instead?
Fight!
How dare you abuse such a magnificent creature?
Sector and Empress Tanya strut away from Chaos Melina and Kitana, who
I'm sorry that took me a couple tries, but have not used Tanya in a while, so I had to get used to her fighting style.
struggled to get to their feet.
I would have thought they'd had enough.
Plainly, they are gluttons for punishment.
They fight to entertain me. They know savor is kill.
Fine then. This time we will finish them.
Empress Tanya squares up.
How will you, if you can't keep your feet?
The section of tunnel around them rumbles, then slowly begins to rotate. All four combatants stumble as the cracked tile floor tilts. They all tumble downward to collide with a wall. As the tunnel continues to rotate, Sector attacks Chaos Melina while Empress Tanya grapples Chaos Kitana. The wall tilts, tipping them toward the ceiling. Sector manages to cling to a protruding stone, but Chaos Melina drags her downward. Chaos Kitana falls on her back. Empress Tanya follows up, but just as Chaos Kitana gains the upper hand, the room's tilt sends them tumbling backward. Chaos Kitana lands several punches on a supine Empress Tanya, but Tanya manages to throw her to the floor far below. Empress Tanya lands on the now motionless tiles.
Havoc thought that would kill us? He has no idea what we can do.
You are able, not invincible. Have no doubt that you will die here.
Fight!
Still think we're not invincible?
Fight!
Like all the others.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Kitana flings her fan blades into the victim, leaps, summons the fans back, and drives them into their skull.
Barely conscious or breathing, Tanya, rematch.
You are able, not invincible. Have no doubt that you will die here.
Fight!
are not invincible.
Fight!
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Kitana flings her fan blades into the victim, leaps, summons the fans back, and drives them into their skull.
It will not be you who kills me.
Shall we? The dragon awaits.
Sector and Empress Tanya slowly approach the archway leading into the Dragon Orin's chamber. They creep closer, peering cautiously around the edge. A burst of flame causes them to flinch back. Light glimmers off the gold bangles and caps adorning Empress Tanya's long locks.
Are you sure you can calm it?
Empress Tanya closes her eyes and raises her painted gold hands. In the arena, Chaos Kenshi turns to Titan Havoc.
She must also be a telepath.
It would seem. Read their thoughts.
Chaos Kenshi touches 2 fingers to his temple. In the maze, Empress Tanya's closed eyelids flutter slightly. Soft light illuminates her deep brown skin and shimmers off the gold of her face paint, headdress, and earrings. She floats in a dark void with her head tilted back. Before her, the head of the horned dragon Orin emerges from the darkness. When Empress Tanya speaks, her lips remain motionless.
Oh, mighty Orin, I am Tanya. If you can hear me, respond in kind. Orin, I beseech you. We mean no harm.
You speak dragon tongue, and with the proper respect. Come, I will not smite you. Yet.
Orin slips back into the darkness. Empress Tanya opens her eyes.
She has opened the door. Come.
She and Sector advance.
Kenshi, I do not understand them. The language is foreign.
Sector and Empress Tanya stand before the dragon. Manacles dangle from her horns.
Before Havoc destroyed my reality, I was beloved by gods. But then he trapped me here and condemned me to this living death. In all the time since, no one has proffered me goodwill. Why do you?
So we may pass unharmed and escape to defeat Havoc. We hope an exit lies ahead.
Your hope is misplaced. There are no exits. All paths lead here.
She looks up to see Cyrax, Cage, and Scorpion entering through another archway. Cage glances cautiously at Cyrax as the trio joins Empress Tanya and Sector. Orin snarls through jagged teeth and squares up with her tattered wings.
Sarge did not cover this in basic.
Embers flood Orin's maw as she inhales.
Stand down! Don't anger her.
No, Orin. They are friends.
Orin peers down at Empress Tanya.
If you could leave, where would you go?
To Havoc's Citadel, where their comrade is being held captive. If we free him, we can save their timeline, and Havoc will fall.
Show me your destination. I will send you there.
Scorpion steps closer to Empress Tanya.
What did she say?
That she can help.
Help? How?
Titan Havoc glares up at the arena's screen. In the chamber, Tanya closes her eyes again. Orin's eyes dart about.
It is heavily guarded. A direct assault impossible. But if I can get you inside...
Inside? Natural laws do not apply there. Sending us is...
difficult, but achievable. Stand back.
Everyone, stand back!
Orin raises her head up to its full height, then jabs her wings into the floor. Her body dangles off the massive chains. Below her chest, a swirling portal materializes.
No! This will not do!
Pink magic courses over Titan Havoc's arms. In the maze, the magic licks along Orin's chains, causing her to convulse.
Havoc drains my power.
Thank you, Orin. I will come back for you after this crisis passes.
They all sprint through just as the portal closes. In the arena, Titan Havoc flexes his hands.
My new minion will have to occupy them until we arrive. Warn him! The Citadel has been infiltrated.
He turns to Chaos Kenshi, who touches his temple. The five exit the portal onto a broken stone platform floating in the cosmic void.
Did we go on a bender I don't remember? I feel like I'm heavily sauced.
It appears infinite. How are we inside a citadel?
Do not try to make sense of it. Anything is possible in Havoc's domain.
How do you know the Citadel's secrets?
I spent months posing as one of Havoc's minions to gather intelligence for our assault.
She points to an archway ahead.
There. Havoc's foundry. If your friend is here, he is beyond that door.
They follow her toward it. The stone path quakes, then crumbles away. Cyrax shoves Scorpion out of harm's way. She tumbles and lands on a lower level. Scorpion peers over the edge, then looks pointedly at Cage. Along a jagged stone wall, Cage slowly climbs down, his feet probing for footholds. He moves one step at a time. Beside him, a rope lowers. Cage looks over to see Scorpion smoothly descend it. With a scowl, Cage leaps over to grab the rope and slides down it. Below, Scorpion helps Cyrax to her feet.
Are you all right?
Mostly. My armor absorbed the fall.
You saved my life. Thank you.
I am happy to return the favor.
Sector and Empress Tanya watch from the platform above.
My armor flies short distances. I can retrieve them one at a time.
Be careful. Fall off the pathways and you will fall forever.
Allow the Brotherhood of Chaos to help you on your way.
From the opposite side of a broken platform, a figure stands wearing all black. Glowing green cracks run along his chest and arms, and his eyes are a misty white. The figure, Noob Saibot, flexes his hands. The broken platform reforms beneath his feet as he advances. Sector retracts her faceplate.
You sound like Bihan.
I am he, though not as you remember.
What did Havoc do to you?
He perfected me, baptizing me in chaos. Those who oppose anarchy, who revere order, will be eliminated. That is the will of Lord Havoc. Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Raiden uppercuts his victim into the clouds. He duplicates himself to slam the victim down to the ground, then stomps their ribs.
make me submit.
Fight.
With Lord Havoc's will.
Fight!
To resist further, was picked up by Havoc's minions and tossed into the endless void. She would never be seen again.
That is the will of Lord Havoc. Fight!
With Lord Havoc's will.
Fight.
Havoc's will not be done.
He's gone. Where is Bihan?
Okay, I'm gonna leave it off here, but on the next part, I'm pretty sure we'll finish this story. This is significantly shorter than the main story, but oh well. I'll see you in the next one.